What is up, guys? Welcome back to Wrestling Crossroads. As always, I am one half your dynamic duo Twisted alongside Brother Pyro.
What's up, y'all?
And we are talking AEW Dynasty. Now, this is kind of our first main one coming off of the start of Season 3. I'm very excited to have us, going into Season 3. I can't wait to see what else we bring. Obviously, we did talk about what we're going to be bringing to the table starting this year. So without further ado, Brother Pyro, do you want to take us through our 0 hour? Kind of something.
All right,
we really
we don't really touch 0 hour for mostly anything. We do have 3 what I think are going to be decent matches. So you have Trent Beretta versus Matt Sydal. Orange Cassidy and Shibata take on Shane Taylor Promotions, represented by Shane Taylor and Lee Moriarty. And then we have a winner-take-all AEW Trios Championship and ROH 6-Man Championships on the line. The Acclaimed take on Bullet Club Gold.
So that is the 0 hour. Again, this is something we don't usually predict or put anything up prediction-wise about. But we like to touch on it and just kind of say, hey, this is more or less what we're not speaking about in a way, right? Going straight into our match card, though. First match up that we have on our card is the TBS Championship. Julia Hart defends against Willow Nightingale. Now, Willow won an opportunity to have this as a 1-on-1 match. I know that currently we have Mercedes Moné, who is wanting her revenge against Willow Nightingale for whatever, and now attacking Julia Hart, or trying to go after the title, I would assume.
She doesn't know who attacked her, whether it be Willow, whether it be Julia.
Well, if Willow had attacked her, that's call for a heel turn, correct? And Willow, as far as I'm concerned,
is 100% baby faces.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't see it being Willow that had attacked her, unless this is how they're playing into maybe a face Moné when she really starts and a heel Willow, but I don't see heel fitting with Willow's gimmick.
No.
Or with Willow Nightingale in general.
No, honestly, with who she is as a person, it translates way too well into her persona and her gimmick in the ring. Super bubbly, super fun, super colorful. Like, you don't get that from me.
You know what's great is I had a friend in high school that was like that. We called her Sparkles. So, mini shout out to her for that. But going through our predictions,
honestly, this really would be as if Willow was her if she was a professional wrestler. I swear to Jeebus.
I mean, I entirely agree.
1,000%. Oh my god.
Yep.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, definitely. So, going into predictions per usual, all of us are going Julia Hart. I know Hex's reasoning is literally the house never loses, or the house always wins. So, that being the reason for, I know, Hex choosing what she did. So, why don't you take us into our next match?
Speaking of the House of Black, House of Black take on Mark Briscoe, who is our newly crowned Ring of Honor World Champion.
Yes, congratulations to him.
Thank you. Wins it 11 years to the day of his brother winning his first Ring of Honor Championship. You have
obviously Mark Briscoe.
So you have Mark Briscoe. You have New Japan Open Weight Champion Eddie Kingston. Mm-hmm. And you have TNT Champion, the Rated R Superstar, Adam Copeland. Now, in 6-man tag action.
Tell us kind of how we got here to this point.
So this all started with Copeland issuing an open challenge on Collision a few weeks back. Post-match, House of Black really... Malachi, trying to make a statement, make a claim for I want next at that TNT title. House of Black come out, per House of Black fashion. I don't know why I said faction.
They're a faction.
Tried to jump him, and to the rescue come Briscoe and Kingston, and it's been kind of back and forth ever since.
Okay, so that's kind of how we got into this point. Our predictions?
And our predictions, another unanimous go through. House of Black picking up the win. Now, I know why I picked them. Hex's whole reasoning is the house always wins.
Mm-hmm. You're asking for my reasoning.
Yes, I am.
I kind of go with Hex on this one. The house always wins. And, not to say that it's obviously going against Eddie Kingston because of me now finishing out the streak on our last podcast when it came to this, but I think you need to give the House of Black something. They have kind of been hidden in the shadows, literally relevant.
They've been about middle of the road.
Yeah, since they lost the 6-man tag titles, or they call it, the trios championships in AEW. So since they lost that, they've just kind of been irrelevant.
And I think this kind of, depending on how you go about the finish, this could solidify a case for Malachi Black having an opportunity
chance at any of these
the
titles.
TNT title.
I'd say it at any of these titles, honestly, depending upon who he pins.
Yeah, but I think he's made target at Copeland.
Okay. Well, either way, that's how we go about it. FTW Championship, Hook defends against Chris Jericho. Now, I know we had kind of talked about this a bit before. You had told me that Jericho tried taking Hook under his wing, and that really didn't work, and then he attacked Taz during a meeting that Taz had set up for them.
Yes, and because, Taz was trying to, calm Jericho down because he saw Jericho getting whipped up, and he kept telling him to shut up and trying to brush him off, and then eventually pushed
honestly,
him off.
If you want to take somebody under your wing, that's great on you, Jericho. However, if that person doesn't want to be taken under your wing, just leave it the hell alone. Obviously, if they're going to sink or swim, let them do that on their own.
Given the family that Hook comes from, and given the talent and the mentors that he really does have backstage, I think he'll be fine.
I agree.
I'm not gonna say he's going to blow anything out of the water. I'm not gonna say he's gonna be the next big thing.
No, but he could be something a bit bigger than what he currently is.
Oh, absolutely. In the right system, with the right gimmick, with the right booking, absolutely. But you can say that really about anybody. Mm-hmm. But I think Hook will be just fine and just as will be pretty successful on his own.
So, going over our predictions, unanimous again, we all have Hook, but I want you to read Desario's reasoning for why he chose Hook.
In the long storied history of the FTW belt, by the way, created by Taz, it would be a disservice to the reign of Jungle Boy to have Jericho win. Go Hook.
I thought you'd like that.
Yeah.
His reasoning for that. So, obviously, we know Desario's reasoning. Hex kind of with us where just doesn't seem right to take it off of Hook.
Exactly. We're all on the same page.
All right.
Plus, I think you build a little more into this story if Hook goes over.
Right. I totally agree. Into our next match, please.
The match I have been most excited for, the match that I said was worth the money paid for the event. Will Ospreay, Bryan Danielson, 1-on-1. Talk about a dream match.
Definitely.
Talk about two of the absolute best wrestlers, best bell-to-bell guys in the world of pro wrestling.
Mm-hmm. I agree. 100%.
Finally getting that one-on-one go at it. Mm-hmm. I don't think I've ever been this hyped about a match ever.
No, I can't say that I've seen you this hyped about a match since I want to say the only other time you were this excited was Ospreay Omega for the title. It was the United
in New Japan.
Yes.
Yeah, Wrestle Kingdom.
Yes, it was.
Yes. But this match, I think, is going to be top tier. It'll be a match of the year candidate for sure. Mm-hmm. Again, you were talking about two of the best. Brian said it. My last year of full time. I want to wrestle as much as possible, and I want to wrestle the best possible.
Oh, here we go.
You got your work cut out for you here, my guy, because this is going to be it. This is not going to be easy to watch. This is not going to be, this quick high spot.
This is going to be slow and technical to start.
You are talking about a technical clinic right now.
Mm-hmm. Which means for you, it's going to be very interesting for you to watch. For me, it's going to take some time to get into because I'm used to very big high spots and watching
used to
the
a lot
men
faster pace, and this is not it.
Yeah,
this is two students of the game
really
trying to show off.
Really duking it out.
Who knows more? Who knows better? Mm-hmm. Going into our predictions, Hex and Desario picked Ospreay.
Mm-hmm.
And wait a minute here. I'm seeing written down. You actually agreed with me.
Yes, I did.
I say I don't know how long the time limit's gonna be. Assume it'll be like 20, maybe 30 minutes. Mm-hmm. We'll say 30 just to be on the safe side. We're both going. It'll reach the time limit draw. Nobody goes over. I think you continue to build, and I think you really continue to showcase why these are two of the best guys you can have in any company.
I mean, Desario's reasoning is just, it's the shiny new toy. Ospreay's the shiny new toy. That's why he's going to go over.
Hey, it's Tony Khan logic. It wouldn't surprise me.
So, going into our next match, we have the AEW International Championship. Roderick Strong defends against former best friend Kyle O'Reilly. Now, I know at the last pay-per-view, Kyle O'Reilly made his reappearance to the world of pro wrestling.
I was happy.
We were all very excited. He came at the end of Roderick Strong winning the AEW International Championship off of Orange Cassidy. But the reasoning we got here...
This was literally...
I know that there was an attack.
Yeah, after Roderick Strong's last match, he wins. United Kingdom tried to jump whoever it was he was facing. I know it happened on an episode of Collision, and I'm gonna be honest, I haven't watched an episode of Collision since its conception. It's been almost a year. But I know it was Battle of the Belts. That's what it was, and I haven't watched the Battle of the Belts in forever. Mm-hmm. But anyway, they tried to, jump their opponent. O'Reilly came out and basically tried to intervene, tell them, no, don't do it. Bad idea. No.
And thus we have this match.
And now we have it, and now we're here.
So a majority of us, this is kind of, this page is kind of when we start to turn and not always go in the same wavelength. So majority of us, you, Desario, and Hex have all chosen Roderick Strong. I went Kyle O'Reilly. I understand the reasoning for putting the title on Roderick Strong. I understand that it could be very strong to keep it on him. A strong idea to keep it on him. Ha ha ha. But I think you could keep this going a lot more interestingly if the title comes off of him and onto Kyle O'Reilly.
I mean, I wouldn't be mad, but I don't see it happening for this reason. Mm-hmm. The rest of the United Kingdom is going to get involved. It is Kyle O'Reilly against the numbers.
Touché, but who's to say he doesn't have numbers up his sleeve as well?
I doubt it. But like I said, I would love to see it be Kyle because I'm a much bigger fan of Kyle O'Reilly's work than I am Roderick Strong's. Mm-hmm. And there's no shot at Roderick Strong. He's a very great competitor.
Yes.
I think Kyle O'Reilly just has a little bit more of the tools for success.
I 100% agree.
But because of that, and because, again, you want to push the storyline just a little more.
You don't see him winning this time.
Roderick would be the smarter option. Granted, he shouldn't be in this position anyway, but...
We'll get to that another time on a pyro rant.
I would say, but I had that pyro rant
later.
Last.
Yes.
Pay-per-view. Don't need it again.
Our next match?
The AEW Continental Crown is on the line as Okada defends against Pac. after Okada won the title off of Kingston, again, not the right move, but whatever.
It happened.
Here we are. Pac definitely made claim as to, I want that title.
By attacking Okada.
By attacking Okada. And, again, I want that. Like, they've gone back and forth, I believe, a few times in Japan, so I think this would be a really good match.
So I'll let you get into our predictions, and then I want to point something out.
Going into our predictions, it is a 3-1 majority with Twisted here being the odd woman out.
Yes, as always.
Everyone has Okada. You picked Pac.
I did.
Why?
I think it's time, now that he's back, I think it's time to kind of give him something. I don't know what they see or where they're going much with the AEW Continental Crown Championship, but I do see this being kind of one of those really, instead of it being the TNT, because I know we discussed it before, being the hot potato, I see this one being more of a hot potato title than anything, so I don't see it reasoning for it necessarily to be, I see more of a reasoning for it to be dropped if this is going to be more of a hot potato title.
And I mean, the whole point is, you want to keep talking about the Continental Crown tournament or whatever that'll be coming up once a year, and they said it when that time of year comes, whoever is holding on to the title will have an automatic spot in the tournament.
Yes. So you want to be one of those names.
And exactly what I said I wanted to have happen, by the way, when they introduced this and when we were talking about it going into the finals was...
You wanted this to be a yearly thing. You wanted that person automatically...
this to be a year, and that title be up for grabs in this tournament. If that's how it's defended, that once a year or whatever, fine. But this is what I wanted.
Yes.
Is that title actually mean something? And you know what?
So far it has.
So far it has, and I think if this is how they're going to continue to book it, though, where it's like, all right, we want this to be a big deal. This tournament is a big deal. You're getting, in 2 different brackets, round robin style, you're getting like 6 to 8 of the best guys your company has to offer, then I'm all for it.
And I mean, we'll have to see. And like I said, I don't necessarily know where they're going with this. Could it replace the TNT hot potato title? Yes. And if it does, then I see a reasoning for Pac to take it off of Okada. If not, then, Okada's the one that retains it, but my pick is Pac. Also, I have a lot more of in-ring knowledge when it comes to Pac than I do Okada.
Whereas I have...
knowledge for both.
Yeah.
So I do want to point out that when it comes to this match, this is the match that Desario claimed as match of the night.
All right, Desario, we will...
we'll see.
We'll have to see, because there is some strong matches that could be match of the night. Going into this, again, Ospreay Danielson. You're not going to sit here and tell me Strong O'Reilly isn't going to be one fantastic match.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Okada Pac will be a good match.
As much as I dislike one of the gimmicks in the next match we're going to talk about, I really hope it is a good match, because I'm a little upset that I have noticed AEW is more heavy on men's matches than they are women's. So, speaking of that, AEW Women's
I haven't been saying
World...
it since the conception of
know.
AEW that they don't know how to book their women.
Oh, I know.
Their women don't know how to work because they don't have the proper training.
I say it almost every pay-per-view when I notice how little of...
He does not care about his women's division.
No. Book
it properly.
I say it every time we have a pay-per-view. AEW Women's World Championship... Toni Storm defends against former champion Thunder Rosa. Now, this kind of happened because Thunder obviously said she's never lost her title, so she wants it back. She won this in a match against Mariah May for the opportunity, more or less. Me and Desario have chosen Thunder Rosa. You and Hex go against us with Toni Storm. Your reasoning for Toni Storm?
Mariah May, Luther... She's always got something up her sleeve, and I don't think Thunder Rosa is going to be able to...
Have a counteract for it?
I don't think she's going to be able to counteract it. Plus, again, the numbers advantage. And let's be honest here, how many how since returning from injury, she hasn't really gotten a lot of ring time. She really hasn't had a big enough opportunity to shake off the ring rust. Remember, she was gone for, what, almost 2 years?
About that, yeah.
So I think the lack of consistent work is going to be what catches up to her, in addition to the numbers game.
Okay. I'm actually going to piggyback off of Desario with my reasoning. This is a title that Thunder has never lost. So I think, me and him kind of agree on this is why she's keeping it. This is why she's going to take it.
And honestly, I don't think it is the right time to drop the title from Toni Storm, and Thunder Rosa is definitely not the right opponent.
And who would you put as the right opponent? Maybe a returning Britt Baker?
Possibly. I could also see, depending on how far they take her storyline with Mariah May, I could see, that split and, that being where we're at.
I'd also like to see...
I'm surprised...
Jamie Hayter.
That too. The woman she beat for the title. I can also see it being, and this is one that I'm really surprised about, actually. Tony Khan didn't just throw Mercedes into the world title picture.
Agreed.
But I don't think Thunder Rosa is the right opponent for Toni Storm to drop it to.
Okay. Right. Take us into our next match.
A match that you and I have both been excited about. After last month's Revolution, Sting and Darby vacated the titles, due to, hey, Sting's retiring. So Tony Khan sets up a tournament, and here we are in the finals of said tournament to crown the new tag team titles. Or tag team champions for the vacated titles.
Yes.
And looking for a history-making moment, because one of these two teams will be the first ever 3-time AEW tag team champions. You have your EVPs, Matthew and Nicholas Jackson, the Young Bucks, taking on the top guys, FTR. And boy, am I excited, because they put it under ladder match rules.
I mean,
we got a ladder match. Hey, yay.
I mean, honestly, I love both teams. I mean, I don't have as much love for the Young Bucks as... Salud!
Thank you.
I don't have as much love for the Young Bucks as I do FTR. But, and we said this before the podcast. I told you I was going to bring it up on the podcast. I don't like that both of these teams are in the title picture.
And I do agree with you, but right now you don't have another really established or real big set up team to really be put in this moment, and it makes sense.
I know, and you had said that.
And it's really unfortunate, because that tag team division has a lot of great teams.
Yeah,
the state of that tag team division, though, is in shambles because Tony Khan doesn't
know how to book things correctly.
Is focused on this new toy or that new toy or this one, or is hyper fixated on the same 3 things that he's losing sight of everything else.
Yeah.
That needs to, come around to help make this company great. Because, great, you're focused on your men's division. That's
what
awesome.
What about your women? They're suffering.
Your women's division is suffering. You're focused on this title, that your world title, your TNT title, this title, that title. You're forgetting about your tag teams. You're forgetting about your factions. Because, think about it. Up until the issue was the challenge was issued, I forgot the Acclaimed were holding the Trios title. I forgot they won those titles. I forgot they were champions. Hell,
there
at
was
one
even
point,
times I had to look it up for you.
There was a long stretch of time where I forgot they were even on the roster still.
Yeah. I mean, we've said it before. We were talking about it before this.
He focuses so much on one thing, he neglects something else, and he really needs to focus big picture.
Yeah.
Not small piece of the puzzle.
And, I had said it before. I really wish that you could have had either one of these names. I would not have been mad if either one of these men took one half of the spot. But to see an underdog tag team make it all the way up to go against pretty much the top two tag teams you have in this division, the Young Bucks or FTR, to be the ones to say, I stopped them from becoming 3-time tag team champions. That would do so much for an underrated tag team.
Honestly.
So that's why, I'm not mad that both of these that both these teams are here. I'm upset that it's not one of these two teams and an underdog team, because I know the division just like you do, following it the last couple of years that we've been doing this, and you have some tag teams that you could have put in this position. I mean, you could have finally given something to the Dark Order, who hasn't even been barely relevant since the passing of Brody Lee.
And then once you started igniting that, you killed it right away.
Exactly. So why not give
it
to them?
What about,
why not? Hey, this is something pushing us. Brody's pushing us. This is what we're doing for him.
You can also say, guys like Private Party.
Mm-hmm.
You brought them up. You threw them in the tournament. You kind of let them hype it up like they were going to be this big threat to the tag team division.
Mm-hmm. And nothing.
You could have thrown the United or the Undisputed Kingdom in there. Because let's be real, outside of Roderick, who else are you really paying attention to in that group?
Right.
You just made Wardlow a few weeks ago look like a damn joke.
Mm-hmm.
When Samoa Joe tapped him or choked him out.
Yeah.
You just made your biggest threat look like an absolute joke. Lord knows what's going on with, Taven and Bennett, because, nobody really pays attention to Ring of Honor.
Right. Unfortunately. These are just
things. Who else
things.
do you have on that roster?
I mean, had the Acclaimed not had their trios title, I would have said the Acclaimed for sure. They were previous champions, and although you said it, their first reign wasn't the greatest, why not build up this reign so much better?
There's so many ways to actually have gone about this.
Even taking guys, you own the other company, even taking guys from Ring of Honor. Seriously?
Right.
There are ways that you could have gone about this. But aside from our rant, which we always end up with in a podcast, take us through the predictions, because we never hit that.
We're split 50-50.
Mm-hmm.
You and I got the top guys. Desario and Hex are taking the Young Bucks.
Well, I look forward to having the bragging rights against them. And damn well we're going to have those bragging rights if we're the ones that come up on top.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
However, they definitely gain those bragging rights if it's the other way around.
They do. And we know we're going to hear it from them when we have them on the podcast next.
Oh, yeah.
Because we know they listen in.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Especially Desario. Desario will never let me hear the end of it now that we've talked about it.
Yeah.
Never gonna
we'll hear that next Mania season. Unless we have them on a little earlier. All right. AEW World Championship. This is main event. Samoa Joe versus Swerve Strickland. Obviously, last pay-per-view, it was a triple threat match. Swerve, Samoa, and Hangman, where the issues between Hangman, Adam Page, and Swerve Strickland were just a little too strong, so neither of them were able to actually capture the gold. It kind of overtook a majority of the match. Swerve makes his case as to, hey, if it wasn't for the triple threat match, I would be champion. You damn well know it. Going into our predictions, it is a 3-1, and for once, I am not the one. Me, you, Desario have all chosen Swerve. Don't even say it, because I know you're shocked that I chose Swerve.
Actually, I'm not. I would have been more surprised had you chose Joe.
Hex chose Joe due to interference by Hangman. I'm surprised you, of all people, didn't think of that. I'm a little shocked that you didn't kind of go on to that one. Would you like to read Desario's reasoning, or should I?
I would love that, because, it's always... I'm talking Swerve. Joe has been fine as champ, but he's been secondary to everyone since winning the belt. Kind of like Hangman after he won.
Yep.
And, it's hard to disagree with that.
Yeah, you can't, honestly. I mean...
Like, for the first time in his career, he is a transitional champion. And Swerve is that guy that they need to transition into. Like, you talk about wanting to build up the future of the company. You talk about wanting, to highlight the younger talent, the younger stars. You start with Swerve tonight. Otherwise, you have completely... You've already killed your original mission statement. This just that just puts the final nail in the coffin for it. If you do not make the right move here. And that's another reason I picked, I picked FTR. That's why I went Tony Storm.
Yeah.
Who else did we have on the card? Hook. House of Black. Like, who, long term, who's going to be around?
Yeah.
Who's going to be around more? Who's going to be around longer?
I agree.
Like, don't get me wrong, you want those, keynote names, like when they got their TV deal. Jericho being the inaugural champion. Made sense.
Yes.
But you want to focus on those younger talent, because you're at a point where a lot of your roster is really got one foot out the door at this point. You want that if you want your wheel to keep spinning, if you want people to keep paying attention, you need to look at the future. You need to start building that future today.
I agree.
This is your moment. Make it happen.
I completely agree.
Tony Khan, I know you don't listen to this because you are a busy man with all of your promoter of the year work, your booker of the year work. Hey, he's won it twice.
I don't know how. I think it's rigged.
Anyway, with all of your work running a company and, 6 million shows and coming up with like 1,900 more titles.
Listen to the fans.
Listen to the fans. Start focusing on your future instead of the past.
I want to do something.
Quit going for the casual fan. You need to focus on the diehard fan now. The casual fan worked very much so for a little while, but you keep going back to the same plays and the same playbook. It gets boring, and it's now being counteracted. You are losing viewership. It has been stated. It has been shown.
Yep.
Make this work. I want to continue to see diversity across the world of pro wrestling.
I mean, a lot of people say that this was the place to go for your personality to really shine, for your work to really come out of the door. You wanted a certain thing that WWE couldn't give you, and you left them for this place.
That's good, great, grand dandy that's what you think.
But it doesn't last long.
But where has that been?
I mean, aside from, they let me bleed, you don't really see it.
You don't really get to see it because it's mass signing. I'm still going to focus on the same 17 people and call it a day, even though I just signed you.
Yep.
You're not giving a lot of your toys a lot of time to shine. And it sucks because looking at this roster, looking at how stacked this roster is, the talent level is almost unmatched.
Oh, I agree.
But it's not booked the way it should be.
No. That's why, honestly, they're going to lose ratings. They're going to lose the fans that are diehard wrestling fans that will watch literally any promotion that don't care, that don't favor the promotions, kind of like we do. They're going to lose it because, if you look into what WWE is doing with the Triple H era, that's going to be the thing that really takes WWE everything. Needed. That's literally going to take everybody.
We were saying the same thing while it was under Vince.
Yeah.
They were losing a lot of fans because it was the same repetitive cycle. Mm-hmm. And we were bored and we were tired. And guess what? Now we got that rejuvenating touch. We got that revamp. We got that rebirth that we needed.
Yeah, definitely. And
as fans.
And now
we got that
here.
with Impact/TNA. Mm-hmm. We need that with AEW.
Definitely.
You can't use the same recipe for 5 years.
And expect it to still be good.
Exactly.
And expect it not to spoil. WWE under Vince became very, very, very predictable. There were a lot of times where we would call matches and you'd be like, dude, it's predictable. Now under Triple H, it's not that way anymore.
Dude, think about it. Mania really threw a lot of curves.
It did. You didn't expect a lot of the things that we had seen. I mean, and with AEW, unfortunately, it's starting to become that.
Look at that card the card we're starting to get for Backlash right now. Mm-hmm. Like, are you gonna really sit here and tell me you can genuinely see a clear-cut winner for Styles and Cody Rhodes?
Honestly, no, because even if it were to drop off of Cody still had that moment. You can go for it again at SummerSlam.
You're going to sit here and tell me there is a clear-cut winner for Street Profits and A-Town Down Under?
Oh, yeah, no.
Like, and again, this isn't to, dog AEW, because, again, I am a wrestling fan for the sake of
being a wrestling fan, yeah.
I'm not, tribalistic. I don't really care what promotion you're in or they're in or he's in or she's in, whatever. I just want to see good. I just want to see a good product.
Agreed, totally.
And that's my thing. Like, if I'm looking down the line, I also want to look at a company and be like, all right, I can see this lasting for a while. Right now, a lot of fans are doubting it with AEW, and that is depressing.
It is.
Because, like, when they debuted 5 years ago, they're going on 5 years now, that's exactly what it was. It was, they're going to last. They're going to be this bright thing. They're going to be great. They're going to be top of the mountain. And they were for a little while. Mm-hmm. I want that. I want to feel that same magic and passion again.
I agree. I totally agree. Well, that ends it for our AEW Dynasty. I know we obviously got into our rants, much needed rants this time. Other than just, hey, I hate this and let's go into a pyro rant for the next 15 minutes. But much needed rants.
And I think, honestly, this was less of a rant and more of a conversation.
It was.
Because let's be real, we've heard rants.
Oh, this was not
a rant.
We've heard our pyro rants. I haven't really made any aside from the fact that they're just trash when it comes to the women's division. You have a great roster.
Dude,
use them.
All right, while we're still on, grab your phone.
Yes.
Go to AEW's website. Look at that roster. Look at that women's roster
right now.
Because the talent level that is AEW's women's roster is insane. They probably got one of the strongest and deepest talent pools when it comes to a women's roster that is just being underutilized.
Yep, I am pulling up their roster right now. I have to scroll past our champions, obviously. I believe all of our men are first, and then it goes into the women.
I wish you could do it like you did on WWE.com, where you can filter it.
Yes, I wish that too.
Because I think they're all labeled alphabetically, honestly.
No, the women are separate from the men, unfortunately. Okay. So women's roster, we have Abaddon. I got it. Anna Jay. Athena.
What have they done with her?
They have done nothing with her.
Like, I forgot Anna Jay was there.
Did you remember that Abaddon was? Because last year she was in the title picture. actually, beginning of this year, she was in the title picture for the TBS championship. And now where has she been?
Obscurity. She's been
You have
filtered
Athena.
to ROH.
We have
Again, great talent.
Dr.
Subjected
Britt
to
Baker,
right.
DMD.
We know why she's gone, though. She's kind of like, I want to take a back step because I want this. And she's, focusing on her medical practice.
Deanna Peruzzo.
Who, shiny new toy right now. There's the opponent for Toni Storm.
Deanna Peruzzo.
Deanna Peruzzo is the one that has to dethrone her.
I want to say that I'm saying this correctly. Dinamite. Because it looks... Diamante. Okay, well, I'm close. It looked like dynamite, but I wanted to pronounce it
You sounded like this girl from Hoodwinked.
Yes.
But, again, great talent.
Emi Sakura.
I don't even know who that is.
Harley Cameron.
Who? Holy Cameron?
Yep. Hooli? Oh, I was like, Hooli?
There we go.
I'm sorry.
Come on.
I'm a little... Hikaru Shida, which is now challenging for
a former 3-time AEW Women's Champion.
She's also challenging right now for, if I'm not mistaken, the ROH Championship. She's...
Good, great, grand, wonderful. Who the hell is paying attention to ROH if you're not live in attendance? And
Jamie Hayter.
Great talent, but she's injured.
Julia Hart, obviously. Kiera Hogan, who has kind of gotten a little bit of spotlight.
Oh, I forgot she existed.
Chris Statlander, who they're doing nothing with after losing the title.
They're still keeping her relevant.
She had her...
Because she's still tied into the TBS storyline with, her alignment with Willow Nightingale. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if she was the one that attacked Mercedes and Willow this past Wednesday.
Well, we'll see. Leela Gray.
Who?
Legit Lila Herricks. I don't know how to pronounce her last name. Madison Rain.
But she was brought in more as a coach than an actual in-ring competitor.
Again,
but I'm pretty sure she's filtered to ROH right now.
Mariah May.
Only relevant because of Toni Storm.
The Problem, Mia Shafir.
Whatever happened to her?
Mercedes Martinez.
Ring of Honor. Which she really should be one of the top stars in your AEW women's division. She should be featured on Dynamite, Rampage, Collision.
The CEO, Mercedes Moné.
Who they're overexposing and doing nothing with already. We're already bored of her. Need to throw
Mama Wayne. Nyla Rose.
Oh, yeah.
Paige Van Zandt.
What? Still? I thought her contract expired.
Apparently not.
Dude, she hasn't been around in like 3 years.
Super bad girl Penelope Ford. I've never heard of her name.
I've heard of Penelope Ford. She used to tag with Ty Conti.
Okay.
Frequently. No, Nyla Rose, by the way, if any of y'all have not been paying attention to what is going on right now with the Oklahoma Commission of like pro sports or whatever, Tony Khan, I will say this, I respect and have your back on this one because they are trying to keep Nyla Rose from competing at shows in the state of Oklahoma because she is a transgender woman.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
Because a transgender woman has no place in women's sports.
Whatever.
So Tony Khan took to X, Twitter, however you want to
say it, call it.
Yeah, to defend his talent.
Good. And
say that, she's put in a lot of great work here. She is a talented individual. She is somebody that that helped me build this company, that I have built my division around for the longest time. He took and gave her all the flowers that she is due. We haven't seen her in a while. And it sucks because she really is a great talent.
Yeah.
The commission in Oklahoma can kindly GFY.
I thought she
Please
was...
GFY.
I know for a bit she was actually showing herself in Ring of Honor to go against Athena's championship.
Okay, see, I haven't had the chance to
I just
really
follow
keep
them
up.
on Instagram, so I see the bits and pieces.
I don't know what else is going on, but it's the fact that
yeah, she's not.
You're trying to keep talent. You're messing with somebody's money. You're messing with somebody's paycheck. Yeah, she really does get paid regardless because being under contract. Mm-hmm. But this is their livelihood. This is what they do. This is what they have a passion for. And you're gonna really tell her she's not allowed to do it?
Yeah, no.
Kindly diddle yourself and ingest a satchel of riches.
Continuing with the women's division, we have Queen Amanita. I don't know how to pronounce that. We have Rebel. Red Velvet, which she looks like she's trying to eat a slice of herself. I don't know what her picture is. Riho. Ruby Soho, who is currently...
Congratulations.
Yes. Saraya.
Hasn't done anything since she dropped the title.
The Woman of 1,000 Holds, Serena Deebs.
I miss her.
Sky Blue. Ty Mello, who again is out with...
Mommy duties.
Yes, mama duties. Taya Valkyrie. Oh, yeah, Valkyrie. Thunder Rosa. Tony Storm. Willow Nightingale. The Magic Girl, Yuka Sakazari. Again, I'm sorry for butchering these names. I'm not really good at foreign names. And that's it for your women's division.
Like, the talent pool is there.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it definitely is.
The booking is not.
No. But, all right, we are going to end that on this note.
Enjoy tonight's show. We'll be back later. Hopefully without dogging it as much as we did for this pre-show. We apologize. It's never our intent to dog a company or brand or product. But I definitely feel like as wrestling fans, we should have this kind of safe space to vent our frustration.
Agreed. Again, when the shoe fits, gotta wear it.
All right, so we will see you later.
Laters.